Hey everyone, my name is Jessica Doneden and I run my own virtual assistants and digital marketing business over at jessicadoneden.com. Today, I want to pop in to talk a little bit about getting clients. So, when you've got your new business set up, it can be one of the hardest and most frustrating points where you're kind of wanting to put yourself out there, but you're just not getting much of a response back. This is something that we always talk about in my private Facebook group for virtual assistants. So if you're not in there, I would like to welcome you. If you go to Facebook and you search for the Freedom VA, you'll be able to find us. And I'm also going to put the link to the group beneath this video. I also want to tell you about one other thing before I go into the topic. I've had a lot of questions around speeding up the process of building up your business and making sure that you have a really solid business in place rather than just freelancing here and there and actually not making very much money or not being profitable. So I've created a course that's called the VA Accelerator, and in that course I'm taking you through from no business to fully functional business over the course of 12 weeks. So if you want to hear more about that course, then you can go to jessicadoneden.com/VA-accelerator and you can read all about it. I'm also going to put that link below. So enough about me and what I do. Let's talk about getting clients. So like I said, it is the most frustrating stage in your business. If you've kind of overcome your demons and you're ready to go, put yourself out there, advertise, write content, and there's absolutely crickets in return. And then you sit there and you think like, right, does nobody need help? What am I doing wrong? And it kind of starts out like that. Right, the thing that I need to be honest with you is that 90% of all clients that most of, I anyways, and most of the VAs that I know, 90% of their clients come from relationships that they've built with people in the online space. So that usually means Facebook groups. Often though, when people talk about using Facebook groups to grow your business, what happens is the person understands like you have to go into the Facebook groups and you have to like outrightly advertise your business. So they appear in the groups going, hi, hire me, hi, look at me, hello, I'm here, hello. And how much response do they get? Absolutely crickets. And that's because it doesn't work. Like people don't respond very well to just like being sold something out of the blue. So I want to share a particular process with you today that you can go and use immediately to go and get your first client or get your next client. So there are loads of Facebook groups for entrepreneurs. Some of those are better than others. If you aren't in any of those, then you need to go and join them. It will depend whichever group you join, depending on who your ideal client is and whatever niche you're kind of working in. So if you're a very creative person and you're doing a lot of visual stuff, then you might want to find a group that has a lot of creatives in it. If you're working with coaches, then you'd want to find a group that has coaches in it. Makes sense, right? So go and find those Facebook groups and join up with them. Within my course, I actually give my students a little cheat sheet that has like a list of Facebook groups on it. So if you were to join, then you would just be able to download sort of my top groups that always seem to have the right people in them. Right, so once you've joined those Facebook groups, you need to be active in them pretty much every single day. And I don't mean you need to be sitting in them for hours every single day. I mean you need to use them very strategically every single day. So pick 3 to 5 of those groups that have people in them asking questions that you can answer as the expert. And I know it feels really strange when you're starting out to kind of try and position yourself as the expert, but you always know more than the next person. Okay, so highly likely when you go and check those groups every single day for questions, you will be able to find 3 or 4 questions every day that you can answer. And that's really, really important. If, for example, you want to specialize in social media strategy, but you can't actually find any questions around social media strategy that you can answer, then it means you have a knowledge gap. So you need to go out there and you need to educate yourself in that area that you want to specialize in until you feel comfortable to answer those questions. That's really important. Without the knowledge, you won't be able to deliver the job afterwards. So I'm all for saying yes and then learning, but only to a certain extent. Okie dokes. So how are you going to answer those questions? So you're not just going to go and give them outright the correct answer. You are going to go and you're going to start your answer with, "Hi, so and so." Don't worry about not knowing the answer to that. Make them feel good. Some people feel like a right idiot when they have to go and ask a question that seems very simple in a Facebook group publicly. It takes a lot to put yourself out there and say, "Hey, I don't know how to do this really simple thing in WordPress. I need help." So let them know that it's not their fault that they don't know how to do that. Just say, "Oh, this bit isn't, all that easy to do. It looks easy, or people make it sound easy, but when you have to do it, it's not." Make them feel better. Then you're going to go, "With my clients, I do," even if you haven't got any clients. Okay. The bottom line is, if you know the answer, don't say, "Oh, you just do this." Hint at the fact that you do this for a living. You have expertise in this because you have clients and you're working with them. And then you explain to them how to solve the problem. And then you make an offer to let them know how they can get in touch with you personally in case they have more questions or need more help. You want to pull the conversation out of the Facebook group, either into Messenger, but ideally into email, so you get that person's email address. The problem is that in some groups, this is really frowned upon. So you have to toe the line carefully. Read other people's answers that follow this kind of system and see how they do it. What's appropriate in group A is not appropriate in group B. So it's really important that you play by the rules, because if you end up hacking off the group owner and you get chucked out, that's your opportunity lost to get clients. Okay, so be careful, be polite, respect the rules. Don't go and sell. Answer questions, give value, and think of selling as the second part. If you do this consistently for 1 month, I can promise you that your first client will be with you. It's that simple, because people will see you show up every day. You are there, you are helping, you know your stuff, you are being so useful, you give value above and beyond, you've helped people via private message. They're going to recommend you to somebody else, even if they haven't worked with you yet, because they know that you know your stuff. Okay. So that is how you're going to approach getting your first client. If you join the VA Accelerator, then you're actually going to get a tracking sheet, actually 2 tracking sheets. One where you're going to track the posts that you've been responding to so you can follow up. And the second one is a tracker so that you can see how many people I want you to contact. I want you to reply to every single day, okay? Because we're kind of slowly ramping things up. And as a last reminder, if you have the option between spending an hour a day writing a blog post or spending an hour a day answering questions in Facebook groups, and I mean a focused hour answering questions, not scrolling the newsfeed, then I want you to choose the Facebook groups over the blog post, because personal relationships sell 100 times better than content that people have discovered via Google. They also sell, and that's also important, but at this stage, when you're looking for your first or next client and it's a bit of a pressing matter, it's important that you go and you make those relationships. And I want you to think social in social network, not selling. It's not selling network, it's a social network. So make those connections, build those relationships, have conversations, be useful, and I can promise you this is going to yield results in no time. Alrighty, that's it for me. I would love, if you're not in my Facebook group, to come and join us. And if you are interested in the course, please do check it out. I'm always adding to that one. It's been, a total experience to put that together and help people to build their businesses. So it's really exciting. And if you have any other questions around this topic, or if there's something else that you want me to go into, post in the comments below. I have been answering people's questions on and off. So I'd be really interested in knowing what else you would like to know. And now I'm going to stop talking for today, because obviously, Alrighty, I'll see you all next time. Bye.